First up on today's show, Christina brings us a scoop on Amanda Bynes.
Then we hear from Mahid about President Biden's security aid to Ukraine.
Finally, Zach fills us in on what's happening around the world with a brand new episode of Global Conflicts.
All that and more coming up on today's episode of Flyer News.
We said crazy things like I refuse to look back thinking days were better just because of younger days. I don't know what's round the corner where I feel right now. I swear we'll never change. Back when we were kids, swore we will never die.
Good morning, FHS, and welcome back to Flyer News. It's March 17th, and today is a day 5 with periods running BDCGF. I'm Talia Goldvasser.
And I'm Chloe Mills. Today is my favorite holiday, so I would like to personally wish each and every one of you a happy St. Patrick's Day.
Wow, Chloe, I didn't know that. Are you part Irish?
Actually, yeah, I am. And now that I think of it, so is Amanda Bynes.
What a crazy coincidence. Here with the recent news on Amanda Bynes is Christina.
Amanda Bynes, the beloved 35-year-old actress known for early 2000s hits such as The Amanda Show and She's the Man, is fighting to get out of a 9-year conservatorship. In the summer of 2010, we saw that she deleted social media, participated in many car accidents, had drastic change in behavior and appearance, and was arrested for the criminal possession of marijuana, tampering with evidence, and reckless endangerment. The breaking point, though, was when Amanda was hospitalized in 2013 after lighting a fire in her neighbor's driveway, and was later diagnosed with bipolar disorder. Unfortunately, child stars acting out or struggling with their mental health is not uncommon. The pressure of being in the spotlight at such a young age causes large psychological effects. Amanda started her acting career at 7 years old in 1994 and has not acted since her appearance in Easy A in 2010. We have heard of other celebrities being in conservatorships, such as Britney Spears, and how difficult it can be to get free of them. In case you're unsure, a conservatorship is where a judge appoints a responsible person or organization to care for another adult who cannot care for themselves or manage their own finances. This was put in place by Amanda's parents due to her misconduct and substance abuse. But differing from Britney, both Amanda's parents support the termination of the conservatorship. As information came out, an outroar of Twitter support was seen with the trending hashtag #FreeAmanda. Amanda also shared an Instagram video saying, quote, "What's up, Instagram? Amanda Bynes here. My court date is coming up in 2 weeks. I want to thank you all so much for your love and support. Peace out," end quote. She said this before throwing up a peace sign. Also on this post, she tagged multiple news outlets, left the comments off, and has since deleted the post. Amanda has shown growth as she graduated from Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in 2019, while also being in inpatient treatment. Regarding her conservatorship, the judge has extended it until 2023, and we'll see what the result will be.
In light of recent events in Ukraine and Russia, I know I've had a lot of questions.
Yeah, so have I. Like, what are we doing to aid Ukraine in security against Russia?
You know who could tell us about that?
Who?
Mahid. Let's check out his video now.
Yesterday, Wednesday, March 16th, United States President Joe Biden announced that $800 million in security aid will be sent to assist those in Ukraine against the attacks by Russia. Before signing a presidential memorandum at the White House, President Joe Biden stated, "The world is united in our support for Ukraine and our determination to make Russian President Vladimir Putin pay a very heavy price, and that America is leading this effort, together with our allies and partners, providing an enormous level of security and humanitarian assistance that we're adding to today, and we're going to continue to do more in the days and weeks ahead." This new information on the military assistance towards Ukraine comes only hours after Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky had addressed multiple members of the United States Congress as he requests help protecting and assistance in keeping up Ukraine, his homeland, during its battle against Russia. In order to level with the Americans willing to help, President Joe Biden states, "This could be a long and difficult battle, but the American people will be steadfast in our support of the people in Ukraine in the face of Putin's immoral, unethical attacks on civilian population." The $800 million sent in assistance will contain anti-aircraft systems, drones, ammunition, anti-armor systems, and weaponry. Biden states, "He speaks for the people who have shown remarkable courage and strength in the face of brutal aggression, courage and strength that's inspired not only by Ukrainians, but the entire war. In response to the attacks, Zelensky addresses everyone saying, to create a no-fly zone over Ukraine to save people. Is this too much to ask? You know how much depends on the battlefield, on the ability to use an aircraft, powerful, strong aviation to protect our people, our freedom, our land, aircraft that can help Ukraine, help Europe. You know they exist and you have them, but they're on Earth, not in the Ukrainian sky. I need to protect our sky.
As of Wednesday, the Idaho Senate has blocked a bill that would have made it illegal to provide gender-affirming care to transgender kids under the age of 18. Senators stated that the bill would be the government overstepping and that it was up to the parents. If the bill had been passed, anyone who provided gender-affirming care or helped a child receive gender-affirming care would have been prosecuted. It also would have made traveling to another state to receive care a felony. The bill had previously passed by the Idaho House of Representatives last week, and they're not the only ones to do so. Similar legislation has been proposed in Texas and Alabama, where they could be voting on legislation as soon as next week.
This year, the annual Boston St. Patrick's Day Parade is back and better than ever after 2 years of cancellations due to COVID-19 restrictions. The parade will step off at 1 p.m. on Sunday, March 20th in South Boston. They will travel on a slightly smaller path this year, starting at the Broadway T Station and ending at Farragut Road. Boston's parade is legendary as they have been hosting a parade ever since 1737. They recognize and celebrate Irish heritage, Evacuation Day, and the services of men and women on the U.S. Armed Forces. If you are interested in going but don't know where to stand, be sure to check out more information about their route on boston25news.com. Like you heard from Mahid, the Ukraine-Russia conflict has been building up since 3 weeks ago today when Ukraine was invaded by Russia.
To expand even further upon the Russia-Ukraine tensions, we have Zach Stieglitz with Global Conflicts.
No one ever hated, just try to use imagination.
Airplanes in the night sky like shooting stars. I can really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. Can we pretend that
Hello, and welcome back to Global Conflicts. To start, I'll cover updated statistics with the war in Ukraine. As of 3 a.m. on March 16th, there are estimates that there are at least 15,000 deaths. Along with this, there are 1.9 thousand non-fatal injuries. There are at least 3 million people displaced and at least 1.7 thousand buildings destroyed, with an astonishing $119 billion in property damage. Sadly, though, what causes these statistics are the tragic stories behind them. According to the U.S. Embassy in Kiev, Russian forces shot and killed 10 people waiting in line for bread in the Ukrainian city of Cherniv. In retaliation, Russia denied troop presence in the city and said the report was a hoax. There are many other stories similar to this, like in the heavily attacked city of Mariupol. Local authorities said Russian forces bombed a theater where hundreds of people had taken shelter on Wednesday, but Russia has denied responsibility for the latest deaths. One last important event that occurred was when President Joe Biden on Wednesday said Russian President Vladimir Putin is a war criminal for attacking Ukraine. He also said that there will be additional $800 million in security assistance to Ukraine, which will include weapons to take down Russian planes and tanks. To end today's episode of Global Conflicts, we'll have an episode from President Zelensky. He told the U.S. Congress, Russia has turned Ukrainian sky into a source of deaths for thousands of people. I hope you enjoyed today's episode of Global Conflicts. I'm Zach Stieglitz, and back to the desk.
That's all for today's episode of Flyer News. You can rewatch this broadcast again at 5 and 7 o'clock on channels 8 Comcast, 15 RCN, or 41 Verizon Fios.
You can watch this and other broadcasts under the FEC TV tab on the school's website or on our YouTube channel. And to see more from our shamrocking crew, you can check out our Instagram page at Framingham High Studios.
But you're not at the end of the rainbow yet, because Griffin and Shay have a pot of gold of an episode of The Early Bird coming up next. For Flyer News, I'm Talia Goldvasser.
And I'm Chloe Mills. Have the best St. Patrick's Day, Flyers.
Okay.
It's the evening light shining through the curtains, the time before the night when everything is golden. You're sitting on the chair, wrapped inside a bedsheet, playing with your hair, watching people.